Hello, in this video I'd like to answer the question whether or not Audible was right about changing the original language of the novel Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad in their audiobook. So to be precise, they've replaced the word niggers, which nowadays is offensive, and therefore I'll refer to that as the N-word. Instead, the British actor Kenneth Branagh uses the word natives, which is much more neutral. I'd like to voice my opinion on whether this was a good move or not. So to begin with, uh, I'd like to say that this topic is difficult and has two different perspectives. So from one side, the word can be offensive and hurtful for many people, and it wasn't always this way. The word dates back to the turn of the 18th and early 19th century, when it was the name of an actual labor category. Back then, the word was similar towards like dude or guy, and it wasn't only used towards black people, but to people of all races. Uh, However, by 1859, the word had gained a negative connotation and was clearly used to offend black people. And by the late 1960s, the social change brought about by the civil rights movement had legitimized the racial identity of blacks, and the word black became mainstream in American English. Uh, to denote black people. And ever since then, the N word has been considered highly offensive. Yeah, so that's one side of the topic. On the other hand, not including and replacing the word could obscure the racism and slavery that did take place in the past and which were also present in the novel. I also think that it isn't the word itself that is like racist, but there are other things. For example, Joseph Conrad writes about blacks as if they're savages. He doesn't describe their feelings nor their point of views, and he speaks about them as if they were objects and not individuals. Um, and does this mean that we should uh, does this mean that we should cancel the entire book and similar books to this? Well, I don't think so. I think that uh, we need to understand history in order to learn it. So I also think that we need to be careful when it comes to when I also think that we need to be careful when it comes to judging the author too harshly. We need to take into consideration the author's the standards of his time. When Conrad was writing the novel, colonialism and slavery were common and not immoral like they are today. To conclude, based on what I said, uh, I think that when recording the audiobook, uh, the fact that the word in question was replaced was the right thing to do. Um, Otherwise, a great many people would have been offended and could have felt hurt. However, I also think that there should be a statement at the beginning of the audiobook saying that some of the words have been changed with more appropriate and socially accepted versions. This way, the listeners have a clear understanding of the fact that the original text had been altered. Thank you for your time.